If you have ever made a major mistake in a day trade, this video is going to be for you because I'm going to be going over a specific mistake that I made today, and I'll share that in depth with you. My name is Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to bring you high-level professional day trading education, all here for free on YouTube and on X. And tonight, as stated, we're going to go over a mistake, plus we're going to go over a beautiful trade, work this chart like an absolutely made it my bitch, and we're going to share that with you. So buckle up, hang tight, let's do this. Let me fire up my charts. I hope you all had a wonderful day. Let's do this. One sec here. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's do this. So first off, let's go over the day. And for those of you that just might be joining us, maybe this is the first time on the channel, I want you to understand what you're seeing on these charts. So these blue levels represent support and resistance levels, obviously, but those are our trade plans. I give these trade plans at 9 a.m. East every single day, period. That is all we trade. I will also give a contingency plan. So what that means is if that level doesn't hold and it wants to keep going, what we can then look for in order to manage the position either back to green or take a secondary trade opportunity. So that's what these levels are. So the main watch today was on SPY. I said that SPY created the highest level of opportunity, which it did. And the reason for that is we had pre-market highs, then we had a high of day from yesterday, and then our risk would be high of range. It's all right there. It's all very, very close. So that high of day range is going to be right there. And you can see that that's where it top ticked it and then fell apart later on. But for the morning trade, what I'm looking for when we open up, I'm looking for a straight shot up into that level. I will execute here, here, and then here into my risk. These are very simple trade plans. Now you can tell that you didn't need your risk at all on that. So on that trade, executed the short, ran it down. There was an opportunity on a retest and a secondary trade. Really, really nice overall chart. Once it started breaking down here, and I talked about it right before I logged off this morning, that this here, once it breaks that, we will get speed and it will absolutely fall apart, which is exactly what it did. It ended up doing it again later on, which was absolutely fantastic. Just so many opportunities, all based off of the same trade plan. That one trade plan would have produced 1, 2, 3 trades, all with massive potential in these trades. That second trade from lows, that was a little bit under $1 of premium. That thing went all the way up to $2.63. That is fantastic. That is well over 150% straight down or straight up, however you want to look at it. That's the potential. And then not to mention the next trade opportunity number 3, where it was even bigger. Like that's probably about 250% move, possibly more without pulling back the premium chart. So really fantastic morning. Now let's talk about the mistake that was made. So the mistake wasn't in the trade or the execution. The execution was fine. On this trade on Qs, and yes, it did go a little bit higher, but that's okay. What we had was it opened up, it pushed into this level, execute coming into the level, started in a little bit prior to that. I wanted to start in at about 620.50, which is what I did. A little bit past that was on a squeeze and a push into that level, and then simply averaged and worked that trade. Now, this actually should have been green. It should have been green. Now, you'll see a loss of negative $1,950, which on the SPY trade, I locked in 3,024. So I'm still green on the day. But why am I not green on this trade? It doesn't make any sense. Well, I completely fucked up. So and this is going to sound like a little bit of an excuse, but it's just the reality. On Tuesdays, I operate 2 simultaneous screen shares at the same time. Now, usually I'm pretty good with that, and I don't have a problem with doing that. I've been doing this a very long time. It doesn't affect me. But we ended up having quite a few new members come in the room, and I was trying to really coach them through. They were asking some questions, so I was distracted, and that's not on them. That's on me. And it was something so fucking silly. Do you want to know what I did? Well, I'm in a position on queues. My queues order manager is down below here. That's the level 2. That is the options chain. The above is SPY. SPY level 2 and SPY option chain. So when I was looking, and I don't look and stare at my P&L. What I do is I take a look at my average, and then I watch the level 2. I'll watch the level 2, and I'll watch at what the chart is doing. So all I was looking for in this position was for queues to hit that premium, my average. And once it came into that and went over, I was starting to pay myself in the position. The problem is I wasn't watching queues as level 2. I was watching fucking SPY's level 2. Now, I can't remember the last time I've done that. It's very strange that I did that. So this trade, it should have been green. It's very strange that it ended up red, but that's because I was basically paying myself on the wrong fucking level 2. Is what it is. It's one of those things. But the reason why I wanted to talk about that and discuss that with you guys is, I think a lot of people, a lot of traders in general, they will beat the shit out of themselves for making a mistake. And they'll start calling themselves stupid and, oh, I'm so dumb. I can't believe I did that, and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. I've been doing this for over a decade, 11 years. I've been doing this wildly successfully for that amount of time. I'm still here. One mistake will never define you, okay? Mistakes happen. And what I see in trading is people beat the living shit out of themselves mentally and emotionally because they made a mistake. Mistakes aren't negatives. And this is going to sound like some sort of like motivational, rah, 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 some bullshit. It's not meant to be. This is just how it is. This is the reality of it. There is no such thing as a mistake. It's only teachable moments and stuff to learn from. That's it. We learn from this shit and we move on. I see a lot of traders where when they do make these mistakes, like I said, they'll beat themselves up, but it's not even just for like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. It's all day, and then it goes into the next day, and then they'll bring this up. Oh, well, remember last week when I did that stupid boneheaded thing? It's like, people don't understand that words like that and mentality like that, it damages you. It damages you greatly, more than you probably fucking realize, or else you wouldn't be doing it. There's no such thing as mistakes. It's just lessons that we learn from and move on, guys. That's how this is. If I made a mistake like that, and I'm a very thorough trader, maybe you don't realize that. Maybe this is the first time watching this channel, so maybe you think I do stuff like that all the time. No, it's rare. I am on the ball. I pride myself on being the utmost professional of day traders out there, period. I take this very seriously. But yet, I still made a mistake. And it's a mistake that's super silly, completely avoidable. But what I learned from that is I need to focus more. If I'm getting distracted in something, I need to stop. I need to reset. I need to tell a member to hang tight. Let me handle this first and move on. Or simply just handle my shit first and then answer a random question. It is what it is. It's not a big deal, guys. So don't beat yourselves up. Don't be hard on yourselves. Be nice to yourselves, right? We got enough people in the world that want to bring us down. You don't need to do that to yourself, okay? Shit happens. The next thing I want to talk about is a little bit about sizing. So we had a member that grossly oversized. He has a nasty habit of doing this. He's done this before. He's wrecked his account once before, but it wasn't a small account. He's just done it again. And the thing is, it's only on this trade. This trade wasn't even a main watch. This was the trade he should have been focused on. So that's mistake number one. Number two, and the bigger mistake, because I don't care what trade you take. If there's a valid trade, there's a valid trade. How do you get wrecked on a trade with this much risk? There's no risk to it. And it didn't even hit your actual risk. So if he was that damaged in this trade, right? So he's that fucking damaged in that trade. What size? How many contracts do you think he was taking here? See, and the thing is, and I'm going to beat him up a little bit here. When I was going back and forth with him and talking about the situation via text message, you know, he said, oh, but I only started with 4. Because I told him, you're oversizing. Stop fucking oversizing. Like, you're continuously oversizing. You're doing this shit to yourself. Stop, right? You have to size according to your risk and your account size. Like, what the fuck are you doing, right? He said, oh, but I only started in with 4 contracts. Okay, I don't give a fuck what you started in with. You obviously ended up with, I don't even know how many to take a loss like that. Way too many. He probably had more size than I did in the fucking trade. You know, it's in the same way, guys. If you have a multi-million-dollar account, so let's take my account, for example, without going over the exact figure. Would I ever expose myself to a multi-million-dollar loss? No way. Why? Because that account means everything to me. That is my lifeline. That is how I provide freedom for my family. And not just for my family, for friends as well. Okay? I've got a lot of people that rely on me. I would never let them down. Never. It'll never happen. You cannot expose yourself like that, guys. This is why I talk about this shit day in and day out on this channel. And you know what? If I can be candid with you, I would probably have 1,000 members in Trick Trades if I wasn't so fucking brutally honest about what day trading is about. People want to hear fucking rainbows, unicorns, puppies, and kittens. That's what they want to hear. They want to be fucking lied to. I won't do that. I'm not going to lie to anyone. This is what you have to do in order to find consistent success as a day trader. Period. Full stop. It's not opinion. This is fact. So do it. You cannot expose yourself to risk. What's the one thing that I say us traders can control? The one and only thing that we can control: risk. So you're not controlling your risk. If you are exposing yourself to a loss that will take you out in one fucking trade, one trade can take out your account. Is that too risky? Yeah. So what are you doing? We need to stop doing this shit to ourselves. It can no longer fly. At some point, you have to have enough with your bullshit. And you have to do things right. And again, I could have thousands of members in my room if I lied to them, like these guys that have thousands of members in their room. The majority of people want comfortable. They don't want to be barked at. They don't want to be told that this is hard. They just want an easy path to success. They want alerts. They want this. They want that. I'm not interested in any of that because I'm not interested in lying to you guys. I'm trying to give it to you straight. So if I'm telling you the one thing that you can control is risk, fucking do it, because that's all you can control. I would never put myself in a situation where I would damage my account, ever. Look at the loss that I had, okay? Look at the loss that I had. Actually, I'm going to pull up. I never showed you my entries. They're going to look wild. They're horrible. Look at that. So averaged all the way in. I sized down on that. That's what that exit is. And then once it started pushing again, I started averaging until it came up right there. And I should have been green on that position, but I wasn't because of the mistake that I made. But I want to show you this. Look at how big of a loss I had. That is a small loss. It is $1,950. Now, for some of you watching this, if you think that that's a big loss, you're fucking crazy. Do you think I give a shit about $2,000? Because I certainly don't. Not as a loss, not as a trade that I was working. So if I ended up with a $1,950 loss with the size that I trade, how did this member blow up a like decent size account? How? They would have to be trading more size than me. Do you realize how ridiculous that is? If you're taking more size than a professional trader that has been doing this for over a decade, do you not see a problem with what you're doing? That's the problem. Stop fucking oversizing. Stop trying to make money. Trade to trade well. Trade for skill. Trade for mastery. Trade for process. And then the profits are the byproduct of that. Make the profits the byproduct. That's what matters. So if you want to learn how to come do this professionally and work with a trader that actually can get you there, that gives a shit, come to tricktrades.com. If not, that's cool. Watch the free shit that I have out there. I've got over 1,000 videos for free. Now, you'll chase your tail because you're going to have to put all the puzzle pieces together. But that's a decision you make. Remember, life's about decisions. Make wise decisions, and life becomes easy. Okay, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Adios.